Gib. Hallo? Oha, wir haben Mysterious Note gefunden. Ach du Schande, das steht ja auf Altdeutsch. Kann ich das lesen? Wartet mal. Heilige Walpurga. Gepriesen werde dein Name. Möge dein Wille für immer regieren und deine Gnade uns alle erreichen. In diesem Sabbat des Vollmonds sollst du belohnt werden. Oh Gott, Altdeutsches. Habt ihr noch gelernt, Altdeutsch zu lesen? Ich halt eigentlich schon, aber das ist auch so worn out, dieses Paper. So möge dieses Gelübde in deinem fruchtbaren keine Ahnung, zur Ruhe kommen. In dem sich im Zwielicht gebadete Wege schneiden. Aha. Heilige Walpurga, gepriesen werde dein Name, möge dein Wille für immer regieren und deine Gnade uns alle erreichen. In diesem Sabbat des Vollmonds sollst du belohnt werden. So möge dieses Gelübde in deinem fruchtbaren, was auch immer, zur Ruhe kommen. In dem sich im Zwielicht gebadete Wege schneiden. So. Okay. There's something written on here. Oh, jetzt. Oh, toll. Okay. Hello, Walpurga. Sanctified by the name, may thy will be everlasting and thy grace all-embracing. Ist halt auch altenglisch. Quenched thou shall be on the Sabbath of the full moon. May this prayer find its restful place in thy life. Ach, life soll das Leben? Hä? Da steht niemals Leben. Bearing Groove. A prayer? There's something else at the bottom. Kieferberg's offering lies in the crossroads beyond the maypole. Das sollen wir uns scheinbar merken. May thy thirst be quenched, thy blessings received. In the crossroads. I wonder who dropped this. Das sieht irgendwie verflucht aus. Aha. Wir sollen das näher untersuchen. Können wir das denn? Normal Items, Food Items, Key Items. There's something written on here. Okay, das haben wir ja schon gelesen. Kann ich mir das noch genauer angucken? In the Crossroads. Nee, kann ich nicht. Okay. Dann müssen wir bei den Crossroads mal schauen. Thank goodness that's over. What a bore. To think I'll have to work all day until the evening. Time periods. Each day has 6 time periods, but only 3 are working periods. Morning, afternoon, and dusk. All goals marked with the was auch immer icon will skip 1 time period. Mit ihr können wir auch ein Date haben, aber das überschneidet sich mit Rose and Marines, wenn ich mich recht erinnere. Deswegen lassen wir das mal. Wir speichern jetzt. Ja. Ich drücke mal Escape. Okay, wir reden mit den Leuten. Einmal mit dir. You've seen what it did to... we've seen what it did to the alleys, Marielle. Oh, Odili, what are we to do with you? Is everything all right, Mrs. Marielle? Odili, here's making too much of that windstorm is all. You'll see, Marielle. See what, Mrs. Odili? Old Jochen's right, lass. That windstorm came from the woodland. It's that wretched witch. For goodness sake, you'd best keep such thoughts to yourself, Odili. The townsfolk are already frightened. You wouldn't want to make it worse. Why, I'm simply trying to alert folks to the... You ought to watch your words, dearie. That's what happens when you try Mrs. Marielle's patience, I suppose. Okay, wer bist du? Rotkäppchen in schwarz? Lorelei, can't be bothered to lend a hand in the alleys, Elise. Folks can look after their own homes, I'd say. Sparing yourself on a Sunday, I see. As a matter of fact, I happen to work every Sunday, Mrs. Lorelei. All right, whatever you say, lassie. Say, have you seen my niece by chance? Molly? I'll take it you haven't then. No, I don't think I have, Mrs. Lorelei. She's been up to no good lately, you see. Running about begging for food, skipping class, who knows what else. I see. Nothing a good whipping can't fix anyhow. Ja, ist halt alte Zeit, ne? I wouldn't be so certain. Nun. We can't all leave Kieferberg over this nonsense. Leaving? Who's leaving? Oh, Elise. Is that witch folk keep wittering on about? That windstorm couldn't have been a mere coincidence. Oh, Jochens. Calm down, Brunhild. Think of your baby. Now, I'm not one to believe such things, but I thought you weren't buying into this nonsense, Mrs. Bertha. Why? Who are you to say it's nonsense, Elise? Kann jetzt was entscheiden. You're jumping to conclusion, I'd said, but it's nonsense, Mrs. Bertha. Was sag ich? Ich glaube an die Hexe, also. You're jumping to conclusions, I'd say. We all know old Jochen's making too much of it, as usual. Oh, I hope you're right. Of course we do, Elise. It's just, last night was so frightening, it left us all wondering. I understand, Mrs. Dorothea, yet fretting like this isn't, worrying like this won't get us anywhere. Truly, Mrs. Bertha, you are right. For goodness sake. Suspicions down. Nice. Oh, dafür war das gedacht. Oh, dann haben wir die richtige Antwort genommen. Nice. That old hag, that's what I was saying. Okay. Nochmal speichern. Auf einem neuen Speicherfeld natürlich. So, kann man hier hoch? Nein. Also ja, aber da ist halt nichts. Kann man hier hin? Ja. Oha. Working on a Sunday again, Lilies. Sundays are for taking one's leisure. I'm afraid I can't afford to take my leisure, old Jochen. The festival's this Saturday, Elise. There won't be any shortage of workers, I'm sure. You ought to look after yourself, Elise. Ludwig's right. We're facing rather trying times, folks. Trying times, you say? That windstorm was a warning from the witch lass. Oh, for goodness sake. We'll be heading out of a patrol again tonight, old Jochen. As for you, Elise, make certain you head on home before nightfall today. May Sankt Walpurga blessing be upon us, folks. Okay. Eine Katze. Aber auch mit der kann ich nicht interagieren. What do you say, Elise? About what, Mrs. Marlene? Ah, don't mind us. We are just talking about the festival. It's the perfect opportunity to find yourself a groom. Elise. Can't say I'm interested, if I'm honest. Don't try her patience, Marlene. Oh, I was right about Ellie's age when I met Tristan. Lucas too, he wasn't much older when he left for Primeldorf to get married. Linda, what did I tell you? I won't hear another word about your brother, Linda. It's best I leave them to it. Wir stehen leider nicht auf Männer. Tut uns leid. Oh, hier können wir eine Task erfüllen. Here I thought I wouldn't be seeing you today, Elise. Everything's fine, Mrs. Mechthilde. I hardly noticed the windstorm. Oh, you can't imagine how glad I am to hear that, dearie. I'm afraid I wasn't as fortunate, however. I can't lend a hand with anything you need, Mrs. Mechthilde. Thank you, my dear. All is well, don't fret. I woke up to a pile of branches blocking my front door, that's all. I had to wait for the lads to come and clear it out. Well, I'm glad it wasn't more serious. So am I, Elise. I was worried about you, living all alone up in the mountains. I can look after myself, Mrs. Mechthilde. Oh, I can only hope we can all have a better night's sleep tonight. Ja, das wäre schon was geht denn hier ab? Time for work. All available tasks are marked with the broom icon. Each task you do will skip one time period. Okay, was mit den Kindern? Dafür kriegen wir Geld. Okay, macht Sinn. Jacob, oh süß. Are you here to prank Wilma too, Elise? Apfel. Oh, das Kind heißt Apfel. Jacob, why did you tell her? What's this about pranking Mrs. Wilma? It's nothing to do with you. Oh, no you don't. Out with it, you two. Either spill it, or I'll be telling Mrs. Wilma everything I just heard. Please, Elise, don't tell anyone. Join us then. Let's prank her together. Apfel. Deal. Hooray! So what's this about? Buckets. Buckets? We are hanging a bucket of water above the inn's front door, Elise. So that's when she comes out, splash! And how's you two expecting to do this without being seen? Well, for goodness sake. Oh Mann, ja, das ist schwierig, ne? Kinder sind so... Oh, hallo! Wer bist du denn? Das ist Velma. Sie ist ja pretty. Sieht auch, wenn sie ein bisschen aussieht, als könnte sie eine Hexe sein. Ich meine, sie heißt Velma, okay? I get so lonely all by myself in this inn. Ich kauf was. Ich habe zwar kein Geld, aber ich kauf was. Okay, Matches, Bandages, Ointments, Beeswax, okay. Grape Juice, St. Walpurgis Oil. A bottle carrying the oil of St. Walpurga herself said to restore one's... Okay, da weiß ich noch nicht, wofür das da ist, aber das wird uns bestimmt noch erklärt. Das ist vielleicht sowas wie Mana. Are you sure that's all, sweetheart? Yes. Tschüss. You should come by more often, darling. Die fühlt sich scheinbar einsam. Okay, was haben wir noch? What a mess. I won't be going through her here anytime soon, I suppose. Okay. Okay, dann wollen wir mal eine Task erledigen. You come by just in time, Elise. You seem a little anxious, Mrs. Elma. How can I not be with all this rubbish scattered about town? Anyhow, won't you fetch me some apples? Ja, kann ich machen. I'll lend you a hand, Mrs. Elma. See that you bring me the absolute ripest you hear. Only makes me want to bring her the rotten ones. Oh, Entschuldigung. How many apples do these folks need anyhow? Jetzt wird's witzig, Leute. Es ist so eine Slot-Machine. It's raining apples. Es ist einfach so ein Arcade-Game, das es früher gab. Ihr kennt das doch, oder? R und D. Okay, R und D. Okay, das ist aber blöd. Na gut. Oh, das sind die Rotten Apples. Wie, ich kann... Hallo? R und D habt ihr gesagt. Hä? Oh, wow, ist das jetzt A und D gewesen? Ah. Okay, okay, okay. Beim nächsten Mal wird's besser. Ich schwöre. Ich verspreche. Was fällt da runter? Ein Amboss. Oh Gott. Ich liebe es, dass es so ein altes Arcade-Game ist. So cool. Okay, die Lilan dürfen wir halt nicht, weil die sind vergammelt. Ja. Wow. Das ist gar nicht so leicht. Weil wenn so ein Amboss über deinem Kopf steht. Hui. 90. Rang C. Naja. Besser als nix. Guck, wie viel Geld wir dafür kriegen. Try again. Nö, passt schon. Pass. Oh, wir haben es geschafft. This will do, I suppose. I would have been better off asking Freya instead, perhaps. Excuse me? Why didn't you ask her then? Oh, I will next time. Blöde Kuh. This entitled old hack. So, Romantic Date available. Dann gucken wir mal. Wir können... Genau, wir können jetzt zu Lebkuchen gehen. Oder Lisbeth helfen oder Linda. Wir gehen jetzt aber zu Lebkuchen, weil ich möchte sie treffen. Oh, was ist das? Ah, ich habe Angst. Obwohl, das waren einen, glaube ich, immer vorne. Dorothea. Oh, Elise. You don't look so good, Mrs. Dorothea. Have you seen Miffy by any chance? I ought to make sure she's doing her daily readings. She's awfully behind. No, I haven't. Have you tried asking Mrs. Lorelei? Yes, I was told she was sent to the well for water, but she's not there. Oh, Elise, I can only pray she's alright. She does wandering off quite often, doesn't she? Won't you please tell her if you see her? Oh, ist das jetzt eine extra Quest? Nö. Okay. Speichern. Huch. Oh ja, genau. Ich wollte hier einmal reingucken. Sieht so cool aus. Guckt es euch an. Suspicion. Oh, das ist aber viel. Wir brauchen 6 Herzen. Och, die Bilder sind so süß. Ich mochte die schon damals. Wie gesagt, in Pocket Mirror, da war auch der Stil genauso und das war so cool. Aber die Leute scheinen sehr suspicious zu sein, wie scheint. Okay. Wir haben 20 Taler verdient. Können wir mit den Leuten noch reden? Oh, Elise. Ah, Elise, perfect timing. What's the matter, Mrs. Marielle? Poor old Elise losing her wits, you see. She's rather superstitious after all. I suppose it could be bad considering her age. Truly, she's been coming in and out of the alleys too. I suppose she's fretting over the damage, but... Are you done with the cleanup, Mrs. Ariana? It's taking a while, but it's coming along. Oddly won't last a week carrying on like this. Without our support, I'm afraid she'll... Uh-oh, okay. More good than bad coming our way, good willing. We best keep a positive outlook, Ludwig. Achso, das ist Heinrich. We best keep a positive outlook, Ludwig. The festival's a week away. Are you still talking about the windstorm? Even the last has had enough of that, you see. Old Jochen's right, Heinrich. It was more than a mere windstorm. Oh, for goodness sake. I think I speak for all the Kieferberg when I say it's better to be safe than sorry, that's all. Spreading this nonsense about town is doing more harm than good, Mr. Ludwig. I have to agree, old Odelie's losing her wits. Father Hans can have a word with her later. As for us, we have to act before it's too late, or we'll never hear the end of it. Hundi, oh, ist der niedlich. Ist ein Schäferhund. Oh, it's wonderful seeing the laddies making merry, isn't it? It reminds me of my time with Gretel and your grandmother, Elise. You three used to be very close, I remember. Oh, we got up to some mischievous, that's for certain. That's hard to imagine if I'm honest. Seeing those laddies running about gives me hope, Elise. You, Freya and Lebkuchen too, all good girls. I can't say I won't leave town eventually, Mrs. Mechtilde. Kieferberg is our home, Elise. I would say that alone is worth our while. I suppose. Okay, haben wir noch jemanden zum Reden? Hier oben. Elise, I'm busy. Shoo. Grüne heißt die, toll. You're so boring, Elise. No wonder you're always in such a bad mood, Elise. Mommy. Oh, I'll tell you who's in a bad mood, you little... Please, Elise, come play with us. She won't. She's a coward. Coward. Oh, I'll show you the coward. Give me that. Nah. How did you do that, Elise? Oh, she's good. You did it from so far away, Elise. You're making too much out of his breads. Your arms are longer, that's why. Cheater, you are a cheater. Why you? Ich meine, sie haben schon recht, oder? Süß. Oh, kann ich jetzt hier rein? Nein. Okay, wir sprechen einfach nochmal. Aber diesmal auf demselben Spot. Weil allzu viel geändert hat sich jetzt nicht. So, jetzt gehen wir aber zu Lebkuchen. There she is.
Rather cute, aren't you?
My, there was no need to run, Elise.
Shush it, you.
Who's running you? You're always like this, Lebkuchen. I can't help it. You're so easy to tease, Elise. For goodness sake. It's such a nice day today. I could stay here until nightfall. In the mood for another earful from Father Hans, are you? Remember when we would sneak up here at nighttime? To look at the stars and snack on leftover pretzels, as if I'd forgot that. Or that night that old Geezer caught us. You'll never let that one go, will you, Elise? That wretch had me on my knees praying for hours on end, yet all you got was an earful. I recall praying right alongside you that night, don't you? Because you felt sorry for me, not because he told you to. You two will never see eye to eye, will you? What's here to say? You're the one who's put up with him for too long. The way I see it. It's not as Though we are never been at odds with each other. With each other. Oh, spare me over what? You think I'm short of complaints? Indulge me, why don't you? Ah, bald Jesus like you belong in the pig pen, you oinker. Oh Gott, sie ist die Beste einfach. Lebkuchen. He'll never hear us from up here, Elise. Alright, but you are the one getting the lecture if he catches us. After the top of your lungs, now. You are so ugly, not even Sankt Walpurga can save you, you ogre. Oh my god. Dare tell me my hair is too long again and I'll chop off whatever left of yours, you old weasel. Did he really tell you that? Poor clergy woman, that's it. Who cares about some made-up rules, Leb? Aw, aren't you feeling a lot lighter after all, Lilies? I can see you needed it, that's for sure. I'm no saint after all, despite my wail. Yeah, true. It's a shame you don't let your hair down more often, Leb. It suits you much better than that dust cloth on your head. My, you're such a charmer, Elise. All it does is weigh you down and it makes you look gloomy too. How do I look without it then? You're such a killjoy, Lebkuchen. Anyhow, Elise, it's best we move along, wouldn't you say? Those eggs won't collect themselves, I suppose. I'll be waiting for you by the bakery later, don't forget. Of course, Leb, I'll be there. Wir haben ein Herz mit ihr bekommen. Nice, wir wollen aber eigentlich Rosemarine daten, also von daher. Wir sind sehr müde. Wir sollten jetzt mal was essen. Romantic dates. You'll get a love heart for after every successful date. Wie successful kann man die auch verkacken? Check your progress in the relationship menu. Ja, wir sind jetzt sehr müde. Deswegen werden wir jetzt was essen. Und zwar... Nein. It doesn't seem to be working, huh? Ich wollte das essen. Da. Hier geht's runter. So. I need to have a word with you, Elise. It has come to my attention you went home rather late yesterday. Oh, for goodness sake. Bernard and Ludwig are quite concerned about you. My apologies, Father, but it wasn't just my own fault. Whose fault was it then, would you say? Wir können jetzt Elma anschwärzen, obwohl sie nichts gemacht. Obwohl doch, sie hat uns lang genug festgehalten. Ja, wir sagen das einfach. Das ist die Wahrheit. Und wir mögen sie nicht. So. She kept me working until nightfall, as you know. Kieferberg has no need for conflict. The town is tense enough as it is. Tense about what? The witch? You oughtn't to make light of it, Elise. Lest Mrs. Oldley spontaneously catches on fire, I know. How could such a thing happen? It was a manner of speech, Father. A rather crude one, even for you, Elise. Oh, for goodness sake, I don't have time for this. Oh, das war die falsche Antwort. Interesting, habe ich mir aber schon fast gedacht. Your youth won't last working on a Sunday, my dear. Mine didn't, that's for certain. It shows, I'd say. Oha. Elise ist eigentlich voll die... Ja, tut mir leid. Ich bin voll der Bulli einfach. Ja, jeder weiß das. Nein. Aber, das war doch nur die Wahrheit. Sie hat uns voll lange festgehalten. Außerdem mögen wir sie nicht, okay? Aber guck doch mal, Elise ist wirklich so. Sie jetzt denkt sie sich so, oh ja. Sie so, oh ja, an Sonntagen zu arbeiten, ja, davon wird man halt nicht jünger, ne? Und dann so, ja, also bei mir hat auf jeden Fall nichts geholfen. Und dann so, ja, das sieht man. Would you believe we are still not done with the allies? My, that certainly is taking a long time. I'm surprised you haven't lent a hand today, Elise. It's a Sunday, Mrs. Bertha. We all have time on our hands. Ah, is that so? Why don't you come and tidy up my kitchen then? I could certainly use the time. Come now. It's not as though the lass hasn't been working all day. Doing what? Collecting eggs? Doing whatever it is folks need, Mrs. Bertha, as always. You two will never see eye to eye, will you? Nah. I thought you'd be holed up in church all day, Lib. I'm waiting for Mrs. Oldley. She asked me to pray the rosary with her outside. Says she needs blessing after lending a hand in the alleys. Lending a hand? What's she doing out there? Wittering on about the witch? So I am told yes. You put up with too much of this nonsense, Lib. You know my answer to that, Elise? It's my duty to play make believe with Mrs. Oldley all day. You wouldn't understand. Elise, you'll have me fretting over you at this rate, you know. Aren't you already? No more than you fret over me unnecessarily, I'll add. Speaking of Mrs. Oldley, she's rather late. I can keep you company until she comes about, Lib. My good deed for today. I have a better idea for your good deed for the day, Elise. Moving along to work and stop wasting time. Hehe. Go on now. I'll be seeing you later. Okay. Okay, können wir mit hier noch mit jemandem reden? Wer bist du denn? Ah, still running about town, I see. As I do, Mr. Gustav. Weighs me down seeing you that hard to work on a Sunday. Why don't you come for dinner one of these days? Oh, I wouldn't want to impose. Freya would be jumping for joy, you know that. I'm grateful for the invitation, truly, but I have, some soup spoiling sometime tomorrow, you see? Freya talks about you day and night. I can see you are close friends. Oh, that's... whatever the reason, Elise, you are always welcome in our home, you hear? Thank you so much, Mr. Gustav. It's only a matter of time until Freya brings you round, you'll see. Oh nein. Sie mag uns so sehr. My, Elise, you don't mean to tell me you are still working. I don't have much of a choice, Mrs. Brunhilde. Why, that can't be good for you. You are too yielding, Brunhilde. Oh, I can't help it with the baby on the way. Those are some enviable worries, Brunhilde. Enviable, Mrs. Ariane. Oh, it's nothing worth mentioning. Moving back to Primeldorf may very well be our only option, sadly. It's only a matter of time, Brunhilde. Kieferberg no longer has much to offer. I left Primeldorf behind for my husband, but... You won't be staying for long either, will you, Elise? Elise is too self-driven for Kieferberg. Always has been. Ah, I suppose. Okay. Das geht hier ab. Oh. Oh, it was absolutely horrifying. What happened, Mrs. Wilma? Ich dachte, die heißt Velma. Those dreadful branches inside my shed. I heard nothing of the branches reaching the inn. They didn't, Lars. It's a mystery as to someone or something left. Oh, I wouldn't even know what to call it. Oh, Ha, ich weiß nicht, was wir nehmen sollen. Sollen wir ihr zustimmen und dann ist unsere Suspicion weniger oder ist sie weniger, wenn wir sagen, sie soll sich nicht so aufregen? Ich würde ihr mal einfach zustimmen und mal gucken, was passiert. It could be that it is coming from the woodland. Elise? Why do you say that, Elise? No reason, I'm simply going by what others have been saying, Mr. Ludwig. It was you. Oh, I just know it. Huh? Come on now, Wilma, we can't be saying such careless things. Truly, but I still ought to say, if there's anything you know, Ellie... Oh nein. Wir werden einfach sterben, weil wir uns suspicious machen. Oh, for goodness sake, I'm done talking to you a lot. Elise. Oh no. Bin nicht gut in sowas wie scheint. Nun. Okay. Wir müssen... Wir gehen jetzt auf unser Date. Aber erstmal speichern wir nochmal. So. Tschüss. Oh, da war noch jemand zum Reden. Wartet. Ich will ja nichts auslassen hier. Ah, die Kinder. Jacob. Looking after the flowers, are you? Ah, Elise, Mama asked me to look after the heart for a bit. Instead, you are out here playing with Leela, huh? It's so boring. I'm giving it a glance at it once in a while. I wonder what Mrs. Linda would have say about that, Jacob. Oh, but you wouldn't tell her, would you? Not if you promise to keep a proper eye on it. I won't. I promise, Elise. You would have been spending too much time with Apfel, you know. We came up with another idea to prank Wilma. Apfel's over there playing it out right now. I might pay him a little visit then. Ach, das sind alles Jungs. Okay. Wo ist er denn? Wir müssen auf jeden Fall nochmal in die Bäckerei. Was ist hier? Weil Lebkuchen hat doch gesagt, wir sollen da vorbeischauen, oder? Oh, Freya. Ah, Elise. I thought you'd be in town. Oh, I just stopped to pay Mrs. Gretel a visit. She's been wanting to teach me this recipe, but I can't seem to find the time. A recipe for what? Oh, I'm so glad you asked, Elise. You see, Papa's a big fan of a honey milk bread, but oh, das klingt toll, oder? Mr. Gustav, he's got the biggest sweet tooth, you know. Now that's a little unexpected. I've been meaning to learn the recipe is all. Why not get it from Mrs. Gretel's? It's a little embarrassing, but... Papa? Well, he's always said that, you don't have to tell me, Freya. He says he likes my cooking better because it's, made with love. Oh, I know, Elise. He's so embarrassing. Ist doch cute. So. Süß. It's always lovely seeing you, Elise. Wir kaufen jetzt was. Oh, das Brot ist jetzt billiger geworden, oder? Oder? Nee, doch nicht. Nee, doch nicht. Das habe ich mich verguckt. Wir können eine Brezel kaufen und das... Oder nee, ich kaufe 2 Brote. So. Lebkuchen ist halt... Also, sie ist ja im Dorf. Anything else on pretzels, maybe? Nein. Tell me if you need anything else, dearie. Eine Olga-Brezel. Was ist denn eine Olga-Brezel? So, dann gehen wir mal. Auf nach Hause. Okay, warte, ich guck. Oh mein Gott! Die sieht ja richtig gut aus. Das ist eine russische Brezel, wie scheint. Das habe ich noch nie gesehen. Wo gibt's das? Es gibt die mit Mandeln, wie es scheint. Ist da überall ja, sind überall Mandeln drauf, oder? Und die, was ist denn da drin? Lass mich mal schauen. Diese schwäbische Spezialität ist ein süß-knuspriges Trockengebäck, das besonders gut zu einer heißen Tasse Tee, Kaffee oder Kakao schmeckt. Okay. Auch das auch noch nach 3 Tagen. Aus was wird die denn gemacht? Sieht aus, als wäre der Mohn mitverarbeitet. Blätterteig, Mehl, Backkakao, Butter, Ei, Zucker, Vanillezucker, Mandeln. Ach, das ist Kakao und Kakaoteig. Oh, wie gut ist das denn? Blätterteig und Nuss, ja. Die ist bei uns normal. Die habe ich noch nie irgendwo gesehen. Krass. Das sieht voll lecker aus. Vielleicht kann man die mal selber machen oder so. Das wäre nice. Das merke ich mir. So. Weiter geht's. Wo sind wir? Ich sehe mich nicht. Ach, da. Da. Hallo? Achso. Ja, man sollte auch wieder zurück ins Spiel klicken. Huch. Ja, ich kann schon backen, aber ich kann halt nicht alles. Tatsächlich bin ich im Backen sogar besser als im Kochen. Oh, wir können ja mal gucken, was hier so ist. Da waren wir noch gar nicht. Aber ich koche, oder backe halt nie mit Sahne, weil ich die eigentlich nicht vertrage. Oh mein Gott. Eigentlich nicht vertrage. Und ich meine, es gibt laktosefreie, aber ja. Benutze ich nicht so oft. Goodness knows what I would give to live in a castle like that one. Yet here I am, a simple maid of all work. Kekse-Backstream-Wand. Könnte man vielleicht zu Weihnachten? Shining in the distance, the monumental castle stands ephemeral out of reach. Okay. Das hier ist so eine kaputte Mühle. Voll schön hier. Also Kekse backe ich sogar jedes Weihnachten. Meistens aber Vanillekipferl, weil das meine Lieblingskekse sind. Habt ihr Lieblingskekse? Aber so diese ganz normalen Kekse sind halt auch immer gut. Die kann man so cool verzieren und so. Und ich wollte mal Kekse backen. Es gibt so, man kann ja aus dem 3D-Drucker, wenn man dafür das richtige Resin hat oder was auch immer man dafür benutzt, auch so Keksausstecher machen und ja. Irgendwann kaufe ich mir mal einen coolen Keksausstecher mit irgendwas Coolem drauf und dann let's go. Ich habe aber auch Keksausstecher mit so in Rosenform und so. Zu Weihnachten sind es Plätzchen. Was ist denn der Unterschied zwischen Kekse und Plätzchen? Sind nur zu Weihnachten sind es dann Plätzchen? Would you like to nee, hä? Warum hat er mir das nochmal als Neues angezeigt? Egal. Wir gehen jetzt zu Rosenmarine. Rosenmarine, willkommen. Yay! Oha, jetzt bist du schon Platz 20. Das ging ja schnell. There she is.
Rosenmarine!
There you are, Rosemarine. Irgendwann schaffst du es. Yes. Level down. Warte. Nee. Nee, ich glaube... Oder? Ich glaube... Hä? Nee, ich glaube Level up. Ja doch, ich glaube es ist Level up. Weil wenn, ne? Von Platz 21 auf Platz 20. Genau, du hast Level 1. Du bist der Beste quasi. Also du hast die meisten. Dann ist es ein Level Up. There you are, Rosemarine. I didn't know you'd back so soon, Elise. I still ought to head back to town, mind you. What are you doing standing out here? Level 1 ist das Startlevel. Nicht hier. Hier ist das ein Platz und das ist Platz 1. Oh, just waiting for the stars to come out is all. Aww. A little too early for stars, don't you think? I find it helps me air out of my thoughts. Air out of your thoughts, you say? I'm waiting for the waxing crescent. It's important I set my sight on what's to come. The sooner the better. What do you mean, Rosemarine? Kann sie in die Zukunft sehen? You see, Elise, I've dreamed about you before, about Kieferberg too. Last night, or... I know this may sound strange, but I didn't quite stumble upon Kieferberg by accident. What do you mean? Do you believe in fate, Elise? I don't know. I never given it much thought. Then you most likely won't believe that I have to say, but... I've always known my fate was with you, Elise. Aww. Huh? It's too soon to be having this conversation, if I'm honest. I meant to wait until you were ready, but... I don't understand, Rosemarine. Ready for what? You'll keep in time. What's with all this mystery? Out with this, Rosemarine. What are you trying to tell me? It took me quite some time to make sense of it myself, but... Everything's feeling so strangely nostalgic to me. Nostalgic, you say? Your name, your voice, your home. This breeze, even. All that surrounds you. So much of it feels like home to me. That's not possible, Rosemarine. It's you the stars told me about, Elise. I'm certain now. Never in my life have I ever heard such nonsense. And yet, I'm covered in goosebumps. I can tell you don't believe one word of what I just said. Rosemarine, I think I'll stay out of here for a little while longer, if that's alright. I promise I won't be late for supper. Alright. Don't stay out here too long, you hear? I won't. Yes, Liebesbeweis. Oh Gott, Stimme. Liebesbeweis. Nice. Oh nein. Wir müssen schon wieder was essen. Die Frage ist, kriegen wir jetzt... oh Gott, Stimme. Kriegen wir jetzt was zu essen oder müssen wir was essen? Oh, I'm finally done with work today. I'd best head over to Mrs. Gretel's to see Lebkuchen. Have dinner with Rosemarine. Have dinner with Lebkuchen. Oh, jetzt sollten wir sie treffen. Nee, dann gehen wir aber zu Rosemarine diesmal, weil das überschneidet sich. Sorry, Lebkuchen. Yes, du wirst irgendwann VIP. Ja, was habt ihr denn alle so generell mit euren Leckerlis vor? Wollt ihr die nur sammeln oder gibt es irgendwas, was euch interessiert? Gibt es eigentlich noch irgendwas, was ihr gern hättet im Shop? Ich meine, wir haben ja auch eine Special-Postkarte, die ihr euch mit Dingens kaufen könnt.
Elise.
Mit Leckerlis. Ah, Elise, welcome back. I brought some bread. Let's settle down and eat. Would you like me to start making dinner for us from tomorrow, Elise? Wollte ich auch mal mit dem Kanal pumpen, denn dann lief was schief. Oh no, okay. Das ist doof. Die Postkarten habe ich ja. Ja, aber das sind Special-Postkarten. Die gibt es nur hier im Store. für Leckerlis. That's not a bad idea in itself, but... Was? Ja, das ist eine Shibadis Postkarte. Eine Postkarte. Eine Customized Postkarte. Da müsst ihr mir dann 3 Sachen, die ihr mögt, angeben und dann kriegt ihr eine Shibadis Postkarte. Ja. How am I to know you won't make a mess of it? Last thing I want is to spend my evenings in the outhouse. I'll have you know I'm a proper cook, Elise. Ich bin doch so vergesslich. Never once did my sweet granny disapprove of anything I prepared. Es ist viel passiert im letzten Jahr, deswegen ich bin so vergesslich. Well, I suppose it can't do much harm.
All right.
On that note, Rosemarine, you are to sleep up in the attic from now on. Can't have you hanging around the granary and bringing all the dust and cobwebs inside. Ja, voll die gute Ausrede. Oh, I can clean it out for you, Elise. It's really not trouble. Ach so, du wolltest dir VIP kaufen und dann habe ich dich einfach so VIP gemacht. Ja. Nun. Oh, jetzt will ich auch die Postkarte. Oh nein, ja, dann musst du weiterhin zuschauen, wie es scheint. Oh no. Ja, im Store gibt es ja außerdem noch, ja, ihr könnt ein Voice-Over von mir auch bekommen. Also ein, ja, ne, so ein Voice-Dings. Ihr könnt euch aussuchen, was ich sage. Nichts Schlimmes natürlich, aber es gab, also das habe ich auch schon mal verlost. Jemand hat es als Alert-Sound genommen für seinen Stream oder als Wecker-Klingelton. Ja, so Voice-Pack in privat quasi. Nur für euch. Du könntest sie dir holen, das stimmt. Oh, I can clean it out for you, Elise. It's really no trouble. I've had my fill of running about looking for you day and night. Oh, Elise, I wouldn't want to be a bother. And I wouldn't want you nesting with the mice and the geckos. So ein Yoshiko-Wecker, das wäre wild. Ja, ne? Ich glaube, ich blockiere Platz 1 noch eine Weile. Yes, ich meine, sammeln ist ja auch nicht schlecht. Ich glaube, Herzog will 1 Million Leckerlis sammeln. Ich finde es cool, dass ihr da Spaß dran habt, die Leckerlis zu sammeln. You're sleeping in the attic and that's final, you hear? I'm letting you sleep inside where it's perfectly warm and... Did you hear that, Rosemarine? Hear what? I'm taking the broom. You stay here, just in case. Oh, okay, krass. Dann wünsche ich dir ganz viel Erfolg dabei. Ich speichere mal. Ich stelle mir das so vor. Am Anfang ganz ruhig so. Hey, du, also, weißt du, vielleicht solltest du... Dein Vater, Junge, hast du mal auf den Tacho geschaut? Steh auf. Ja, maybe, ne? Könnte man machen.
Muffy.
It's you. Feier ich ja. Ja, ne? What in the Lord's name are you doing here, Miffy? Ja, jetzt könntest du es klippen und benutzen. Ja, schon, ja. Aber dann hast du nur einen Clip. Das kann wir schlecht als Wecker nutzen. I was out on a stroll, I swear on my auntie's name. Außerdem würde ich mir viel mehr Mühe geben dann. Hä?
Is that so?
And you just so happen to hide behind my house, I see. Who doesn't? You sneak about folks' homes every now and then. Too, don't you? What are you doing here, Mandy? Tell me right now, or I'll scrub your mouth with soap this very minute. It's getting quite late, isn't it, Elise? I'd best.
Out with it.
Out with it! Menno, jetzt will ich einen Weckerton. Mann. Ja. Naja, als du laut wurdest, war es eh weg. Siehst du? Also, von daher. I saw her, that girl you're housing, Elise. Uh-oh. You saw nothing, Molly. She's not from around here, even I can tell. Ich hab noch so viel vor mir. Yes. You were having supper together and everything, Elise. Egal, erst den Weckerton, dann die Postkarte und dann VIP. So, das ist eine gute Entscheidung. You keep your mouth shut, Mubby, or I'll... Why don't you share some of that bread you've got, Elise? I might keep quiet if you do. Oh, I should have guessed that's what you wanted. Okay, wir geben ihr Brot. If I hear as much as a word about this, Molly... Oh boy! Golly, Elise, why don't you bring me a pretzel tomorrow? Oh, das müssen wir uns merken.
Out with it!
Mouth shut or I'll throw you in the well. Oh, and the suspicious is down. Suspicious is down. Wir sehen uns in 3 Jahren, ja, wahrscheinlich. Wahrscheinlich dauert das ein bisschen, Panda, aber du schaffst das. And don't come back or else.
For
For goodness sake, this is the last thing I needed.
I'm sorry.
Is she gone? This could be a bad Rosemarine. Oh, at least I genuinely didn't see her. I would have told you if I had. Don't you start fretting now, too. Do you think she'll tell anyone? If she does, we could be in trouble. I know, Rosemarine.
I'm sorry.
It's Rosemarine. It's Rosemarine. Oh, shush, shush. I'm heading back inside. Ah, yes. Sie nennt sie die ganze Zeit falsch. Ja, wir müssen echt was essen. Muffy's spying on you. Fulfill her daily requests for food items to keep her from snitching and raising suspicion. Oh my god. Avoid suspicion. Mind what you say and do your best to avoid raising suspicion toward Elise or bear the consequences. Elise. I'm heading off to bed, Rosemarine. Sie hat sich schon wieder den Namen nicht gemerkt. I can spend the night in the granary if you'd like. No, I meant what I said. You are sleeping in the attic. I'll meet you upstairs. Ah, alright. Go to bed. Aber erst... Wo ist die Attic? Ah. You left that goat in the granary, I'm hoping. Of course. I left the door ajar so he can go out and about if he wants. What makes you think he'll stay put? Why, the bed I made him, of course. You ought to see it, Elise. I'm not going out of my way to see a goat's hay bed, Rosemarine. Up you go. You need to make your bed, too. You'll make do, I'm certain. Oh, it's perfect. I'll get you a blanket too. I can't have you sleeping on hay. Why not? You are not a goat, Rosemarine. I could be a thief. Yet you are trusting me with a blanket? I don't see what's so funny. You truly are kind, Elise. I can see that clearly now. Oh, shush. I'll be glad to take that blanket, Elise. I'll get you some matches too and a candle. Thank you, Elise. It's bedtime now. I need some rest. Good night, Rosemarine. Good night, Elise. Ab ins Bett. For goodness sake. What am I getting myself into? First I agreed to house Rosemarine. Now Miffy's caught wind of it too. I best make sense of this all by tomorrow. If only I could leave this town. Go somewhere far, far away from here. A place where I'd never have to fret about money or going hungry. Like a castle or a palace. Somewhere where I can live the life I deserve. Oh oh. Leben wir jetzt noch? Wir hätten was essen sollen, oder? Ja, wir hätten was essen sollen. Hoppla. Game over. Okay. Hätte ja sein können, dass wir, wenn wir schlafen gehen, uns wieder aufladen. Das ist jetzt gerade echt hart, den richtigen Satz zu finden. Den richtigen Satz zu finden? Ach so, für den Wecker. Okay, das skippen wir jetzt. Ach, du kannst dir Zeit lassen.
Puppy? Is that so? Out with it!
Skip. Ach so, es gibt ja Skip. Ah, nee, doch nicht. Hä? Oder doch? Ah ja,
You know. For goodness sake!
Skip. Oh, nice. Das ist ja cool gemacht. Genau, die Punkte wären nicht schlecht. Okay. Diesmal essen wir was. So cool gemacht. Liebe es. So, jetzt gehen wir ins Bett. Ah, das hatten wir schon. Das kann man aber nicht skippen. Jetzt wird's horrorig, glaube ich.